For the month of October 2022, we have some really crazy news. Not only do we have scandals in the knife industry, but we have some knife industry standards that are being shaken. You're going to want to stick around and watch this episode, and we are coming to the end of the year, so things always get a little bit exciting when we get to the end of the year when it comes to news in the industry. October's Knife News Update is brought to you, as always, by my brands Beach and Tactical and Exodus Knife and Tool. I make the finest custom rifle slings available on the market today, and some of the coolest knives. You'll want to check that out. Also for this month, Kentuckiana Gunworks has offered me a special coupon code for my viewers. Use coupon code TPBO for 15% off for some really cool gun oil. I will be reviewing this and showing this a lot on the channel in the future. Local guy, good product. Make sure to check them out in the description box below. Now let's get back to the content. All right, to get this show started, this month has been scandalous. Like I mentioned, Jake Hoback has the giant China scandal. So if you're not familiar, Hoback knives are upper tier knives, supposedly manufactured in a small shop here in the USA. Now, Jake never went out of his way, it would appear, to say that the knives were American made. However, that's what his reputation was kind of built on in his market. A lot of the people buying the premium folder market are going out of their way to buy American and to buy from small shops here in America and to pay for American labor. So on knife websites and stuff, when it said made in USA, and Jake never said anything about that, never made any corrections, never did anything else. And then here recently, he said, hey guys, a lot of this stuff's made in China. People were pissed. I know that it's not a perfect world that we live in, but in a perfect world, I would say that that is an excellent way to commit business suicide. A really unexpected topic in this month's Knife News Update comes from Bussey. Bussey? Whatever. One of the staples in their brand for a very long time has been SR101, a more affordable steel option as compared to the INFI or INFI. It's just 52100 with their special processes and heat treat. According to Bussey, the machinery that they use to get this special heat treat and processes, the company that made them went out of business due to the COVID pandemic, and so they're no longer able to get parts. So they're no longer able to continue with their processes with the steel, and they are going to phase it out. So if you have a really nice Bussey Group knife in SR101, if it's in pristine condition, you might want to hang on to that for a while, because if you know anything about how the Bussey people get, whether it's Scrapyard Knife Works or whatever, it might be worth some money here in the future. The Reef Knives F4 and F6 are back in stock this month. I actually checked on their website, and it appeared that they have a couple left in stock at the time of viewing. Now, a lot of people ask me, Jake, these are production knives. I know that they're in a super steel, but why are they so expensive? Your F4 and F6 are $300 knives, 300 plus, and yet they sell out so quickly. And the reason is you've got a smaller production brand, smaller quantities, and the attention to detail and fit and finish in these knives is just absolutely fantastic. I would have absolutely no hesitation if someone said, look, I just want a Grail belt knife that is just going to check all the blocks for a belt knife. Do you recommend a Reef Knives? Absolutely. They're absolutely just great. The handles are amazing. The owner, Stu, 3D printed like 6,000 3D handles with slight variations and sent them out to a large group of people before he settled on this handle design. Every detail in one of these knives gets a lot of attention paid to it. They are made in super steel, be it 3V, or there might have been some other options. I think there's some S35VN. Regardless of what steel they choose, it's always a fantastic steel. And like I said, part of what you're paying for is the design, the materials, and the attention to detail. Can't recommend them enough. And I would say they'll probably be sold out here pretty soon. So if you're interested in picking up the F4 or the F6, go over to Reef Knives website and grab one before they're gone. Dry Creek Forge is a custom knife manufacturer that's local to me. Maybe I shouldn't say manufacturer, I should probably say maker. And he has recently gotten Sizzle. Sizzle is a payment plan option for websites where you can get a knife on credit without interest or with absolutely minimal interest. This is really cool, and I wanted to bring it up not only because Dry Creek Forge knives are fantastic, but also because getting interest-free payment options for premium and handmade knives is a really cool modern thing. It's a game changer, and I don't like to advise anybody to go into debt ever for anything if possible. However, you have to think, someone put 5 or 10 hours into one of these knives. They have thousands of hours of perfecting their skill. They have probably a lot of times tens of thousands of dollars of equipment, and everybody wants to trade all of that experience and investment and time that went into making this beautiful handmade knife for 2 hours of their labor. They're like, I want to pay $60. I want to pay $40. It doesn't make any sense. So how does the average person who has bills and has to put food on their own table afford the amount of labor and investment that goes into a premium handmade knife like this? Pay it off in little chunks. Why not? You should expect at least to put 10 hours of your labor into a knife that took someone 10 hours to make, right? Or 5 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is. So I'm seeing this pop up a lot more in the industry. I think that it's a really good thing. I'm really excited for my budget-minded people out there to be able, if they're just going to get one really nice knife splurge that they're going to use a lot, to be able to use options like this and get one that's really doggone good. Bear Forest Knives has GT3s in stock. The new ones look a little bit different than the old ones. You might be familiar with this old guy here. It was one of my most borrowed, most used knives in my last fire class that I taught. It's a really unintimidating, practical, wonderful to use knife. And they are back, and there are a lot of them in stock. Overall, everything's pretty much the same, but fit and finish is better. This was his first knife model that he launched on the brand, so he has progressed as a maker since the first release. However, these are now in 80 CRV2. Just a fantastic little practical utilitarian blade. Great kydex. Again, a guy hand-making knives. They're wonderful working knives that would do whatever you want them to do. I will never be afraid, most likely, of breaking this knife. I know it can handle anything that I need to do with it, and I know it can do it well. So, GT3s are back in stock. Very exciting. Papa Bear Knives has a knife in stock, his Essential Scandi. This is just exciting because Alan over at Papa Bear Knives is a talented knife maker, and when a knife maker decides that instead of increasing production by any means necessary to bring prices down, when they decide instead of doing that to just maintain their fit and finish or improve their skill and improve the quality of every individual knife and not make any more than they can make, it becomes hard to get them. Because so many people want them, and you've only got one guy making them, and he's going to make sure they're really nice. Papa Bear Knives falls within that category, so it's exciting to see him have knives in stock. Head over to his website and snatch that up if you are so inclined. You will not regret it if you do. I'm going to wrap today's knife news update up with Got Handmade. I actually might need to do an entire video on how to say Got Handmade because I see it getting butchered a lot and I've been guilty of butchering it myself. He has a Polish maker that he's going to start working with for his leather in the near future, so you can will be able to order his really freaking amazing knives, but have the choice between his amazing premium Kydex or some really premium beautiful leather. It seems like everybody that I see doing stuff in Poland does it to a very high degree, just does amazing work. And so it's cool to see the beauty and warmth that leather brings to the table being available from the maker, from Got Handmade over there in Poland. And guys, the prices, when you consider what you're getting and the fact that it's shipping over to the US, they're really, really good. Well, that does it for today. Thank you for watching. Please tune in next month. I think next month I'm going to try and go a little bit bigger with the knife news update because we will be getting ready for the big old Christmas celebration. So next month, makers, get information to me so I can help you get product under people's trees. Let's show it all off. And before I do go, my brand, Exodus Knife and Tool, will have, within the next couple of weeks, over 100 knives in stock ready to get under your guys' trees. And since this is my first release of standardized colors, that means serial numbers are going to be starting back at 1. So get them while you can. Big stoked about everything here. Check out the description box to see how you can support the channel. I hope that you have a blessed day, and I will talk to you in the comment section.